right, y'all. I'm gonna mention some things in here. It's not directed at anybody in general. It's all of us. Uh, don't nobody get triggered, um, or whatever the case may be. Don't take your eyes off the ball. This 3D world is a tricky ass thing that seems to get in everybody's way. And the more I have progressed through these things, the more I realize some of the weird shit that it seems like I'm doing. Like, why is that? Why is this? Certain things where maybe I'm being tested. Like, everybody's going to go away for a couple days and not talk to you. Not only can you handle that, Dana, but you need to be able to go into those realms. So I've had like a million different kinds of testing, as we all have. And um, now this is why I said that a minute ago, because I was talking to some people here a little bit ago. But this is something that's gone on. This happened like many times. Um, but like I do a lot of voice messages, and sometimes after a while, people are just like, you know, maybe joke around on them or say something, whatever. It gets to just like I'm busy, I got time for it. Then they don't see the message. The message gets backed up, and could be me just sending some love, and it could be me saying I really need help, but it doesn't get seen if the 3D world gets in the way. And I know a lot of people right now, all over, and all kind of different groups and all over the world. It's like, well, and I've got this in life, and I've got to do this, and I've got to do that, and I've got to do this. And hey, look, man, you want to hear total dedication is to be able to say, look, I will give it all up right now. That job, a fucking house, and move into the middle of freaking woods. If an angel comes to me and says, this is how you're going to be able to complete your mission, the drop of a hat. Of course, I'll have to go down south because these woods up here in Michigan will probably freeze my ass silly, and it'd take me a little while to build a domicile. It'd probably have to be a lean-to, seeing as I ain't got a saw to cut down any trees. But I know that many people have bills to pay and all this stuff, and I've got the same thing. I have a surgery that I probably need to schedule. It's really bad, causes me issues with walking. I have a messed up back, a messed up hip. My knees are screwed up. I got to try and find a chiropractor. I got teeth falling apart in my mouth. At the same time, I have a brother. I don't know where the hell, what's happened to him. I got all this family that's died. I feel responsible. I feel like, like I'm one of the only ones left that can like try and piece together some of these people and keep talking to them. I got an uncle had talked to me. I'm wondering why, and nobody's even calls the man or checks in on him. Screw it. I don't care what's going on in my life. I'm like, that's it. Uncle Johnny, I will call you weekly to check in on you. I don't give a shit if 5 million things bombarded me. I'm going to write it down and I'm going to do it. And this one group that I'm in, I asked today, needs somebody to be able to help get the messages out. Okay, I'll do that. Even if I have to set an alarm clock, I'll get up and do that. And this is not by any means going against, saying to some people as far as their dedication. I know everybody's deeply dedicated, and I've had this stuff too. I've had where I've worked 2 or 3 jobs and stuff. But we cannot say into our heads, hey, it's probably not that big of a deal. I'll get to it later. That goes back into the issue of we are not filling each other out. Okay, I do voice messages a lot because I get swelling in my hands. I don't even want to say it because I don't want to bring it in, but they say that there's arthritis through my whole body. My joints are dried out. There's bone spurs. It's really screwy. It's a staph infection I had as a child. They would not listen to me when I was young, saying I was in pain. The staph infection got into my joints, almost threw me into rheumatic fever. If I've said this story to anybody, I'm not trying to repeat stuff, but others don't know it. And I used to walk a walkathon for the March of Dimes every year, 18.6 miles. I would cross that finish line in pain, crying. For my whole life has been a service. When I was in the Cub Scouts, going door to door, doing Christmas caroling. for the burn unit at Children's Hospital. It's always been that way. Even when I even tried to go into service to self, it just self-destructed because the true angelic nature within was not allowing for it. So I was literally causing myself a lot of issues. Um, but that it was really, really, it was really bad the direction I went. It wasn't like, I'm just going to do a little more towards myself. No, I just basically at some point just grabbed my head and shoved it right up my ass. And it stayed that way for a few years. But even in between that, I was still able, when I wasn't drunk, to tune into some friends and stuff. But like I said with the tested thing, sometimes we're being tested, and that's why I said that thing, kind of laughing there earlier, because now I know sometimes why the things happen with me that happen, and within certain groups of people, whether it's an actual physical group of people or a group of people on a social media platform. And a lot of times it's that I'm very, very passionate. I have a lot of passionate energy. I don't know how to explain it. There's I wish I could remember his name, Doctor something or other. He's a master yogi. Says he was Venusian, which sounds weird to some people. You can't live on Venus because of blah blah blah. Well, you probably could if it was in another dimension, because in another dimension it's probably not hot and all like that. Um, I often wonder if my energy's from there. And some people quite didn't understand this guy because his passions, man, are just way up there. So that in itself, I think, is a test for people. Can you take the energies? Can you just say, I can be or tune into anything? Because some people are like, I can't kind of take that kind of energy. The whole thing is to be able to go up to the point we eventually need to be able to all these things, and have ourselves set in a way to where they don't affect us in a negative way or affect us in a proper way or whatever. you know so the whole point in this is I've seen plenty of people out there that have like been asking, they're like asked for help, and you know some of some of them aren't getting it. Now some of these people, they're the people they're asking are really, really involved in the 3D world and not, awakened at any point. So sometimes, it's good to have awakened people monitoring the internet to go in there and be able to help out. But basically, the whole point of this is we can't. I mean, we can take time to ourselves, but we can't just say to ourselves, "I'm gonna turn this shit off for a few days," or "I'm too busy." You gotta always have that little, like a little monitor alarm thing. You think, 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 think of Kit Car, on Knight Rider, that little thing going back and forth, sensing out there. So that way you're still doing all your 3D stuff, but every now and then it's like, wait a minute, I just felt so and so. That's why I tell people, quit just listening to me. Literally, feel me. I swear to God, feel me. Here, I'm just going to stare at this mic for a minute. I'm going to generate some energy. Tell me what you feel. Hopefully this works out because I have not ate or anything and I'm all fidgety right now. All right. Now feel whatever you feel. There's no right and wrong to that. I just wanted everybody to take a second to try to feel somebody. Whether you felt me or not doesn't matter. Just try. Try to feel people. Telepathy. Feeling people. That's the future, y'all. Words are getting in the way. Texting is the worst damn thing on earth. So don't take your eye off the ball. No matter how many bills you have to pay or whatever, I am by myself. I have to pay all my bills by myself. I have to come up with the money by myself. I had to go. I got thrown off one program, put on another program. Well, actually, I didn't put on another program. I had to set up a $40 I got to pay a month on the electric bill out of a $700 check that I got to pay all my other bills on. I'm gonna have to. Um, I had to get bus fare to go to the dentist here coming up soon. Um, but I got all these things that I've got to take care of by myself. You know, I got to go and walk to the places. I walk to the store with a messed up knees, messed up hip, and a messed up back. I use a backpack. And then I also have a landscape wagon that I pull. And I do this shit in pain, in the snow, you know? So I understand we all have 3D lives that we got to do things. But, okay, I don't expect anything out of anybody. And I definitely don't expect anybody to be as dedicated as I am, because I was put in a situation where I can be this dedicated. I'm on disability, which sounds like a bad thing, but it was set up through the universe to be able to get to this point. For one, so I could have the time to do everything, and for two, so I could live through all the pain and learn how to heal and learn how to love while being this way. And to be able to also look at others, no matter how much pain I'm in, and never look at somebody else's situation. Yeah, mine's worse or whatever. Which, fortunately, I don't think I know any people like that, but they do exist. But to be able to be in pain and to have all this stuff and to bury all these people. I mean, I've literally carried the casket of people that I know and love to a hole in the ground that I literally dug with a shovel myself. I have threw dirt on top of people that I've loved, you know. But I've had to be able to do all this stuff to be able to have the strength to help others, even though of all my stuff. And it's some heavy training. Life Path 33. Don't wish for it. It's hard. But it's the only path for me. It's just the only way for me. That's just the way I'm built. But never take your eyes off the ball, people. Never let the 3D world, never let anything, your own pains, your own issues, anything. I mean, we all need to take time off sometimes from things, but always keep that little thing monitoring and let the heart be tuned in, feel. So when the mind's doing other things, you can be like, hey, stop for a second. You go, what is that? I feel something. You start surfing around, and next you know, bam, you found what you're looking for. It's a friend in need, or something else. So no matter what the 3D world is doing, don't take your eyes off the ball. And this is an important message. Like I said, I got up, man. My mouth's even dry right now. I still got to take the dog out and do some things, but stuff just start clicking real fast. And it's important for me to put this out there, and I'm not putting it out there just because of any like incidents I've had in the last couple of days. This is stuff that's been going on for a while that I've been looking at and being taught about, and that's what I am. I'm a messenger. That's what I do. Wayshower, messenger. And sometimes I have to go through a bunch of stuff and be trained to be able to give the proper message. And that's why I'm giving it now. So the message is coming out now just because of all the stuff through the last couple years, and everything I've seen, man, I know some wonderful, beautiful people out there. Hey, I would just love it if they could find a way to be able to take care of themselves without having to work their jobs, because some of these people just working their asses into the dirt. Now, I do know some people have jobs they like, doing their art, and that's great. But not everybody has been that fortunate. Some people, somebody's got to work in the service industry, and somebody's got to work in the sawmills and cut the lumber that makes your houses. Yeah, I've worked in a couple of those. That's some hard work. Most of the stuff I've chosen is hard work, but that's just me. Just no matter what, always remember, don't take your eye off the ball. Yeah, not surprised. Nobody's on this thing here. Anyways, whoever sees this, much love. Have an awesome day. Peace be with you. Mickey Dog says hi.